What's up, everybody? Welcome to episode 184 of the Cheesy Controller Podcast. I'm your host, Anton LePlatte. Joining me, as always, we have the Mecha Stardew Valley, Chris Montalbano.
Can't believe they're remaking that.
We got the most degenerate squid in the sea, Jalen Roberts.
Gonna start a cult to kill God.
And we got the Race Durag, Madrid Devon.
But how does it run, though?
Joining us once again, we have the coolest guy on the podcast, Josh Jones.
Don't be childish.
We got a jam-packed episode for you guys this week. We're going to be talking about Megaman Battle Network, Nier Automata, the Persona series, Fire Emblem, and we had some breaking news during the episode about Final Fantasy, so stay tuned. So this week, there was a Nintendo Direct Mini Partner Showcase. And last time they had one, it was one of the worst Nintendo Directs of all time. And this one, I feel like, was a banger.
Oh,
Yeah, this one's
everything
fun.
they needed to do.
Yeah.
This one reinforced.
It was a partner showcase. It was all third parties, no first parties. There was nothing to get disappointed about.
It's very true.
Yeah. I guess because
nothing they showed
my
me disappointed me.
expectations were through the floor going in because of how bad the last time there was a mini partner showcase.
Mm-hmm.
My expectations were so through the floor. The fact that I got 3, but if you think about it, like really 5 things on Switch that I went and added a bunch of shit to my Switch wish list on my phone today because I was like, the Switch is terrible, but you don't need the most power to play Persona 4 Golden.
No.
So,
That's really what I was waiting on.
Or 3 portable.
Right. Woo-wee. I don't know which one I'm going to play first, honestly.
Yeah, I'm just thinking that
It depends on.
yeah, it's
depends
the
on which
release
one comes
dates
out
because they're
first,
going to
actually.
stagger it. It's not going to be
yeah.
like 3 and 4 are going to drop at the same time. So we know
Please let it be 3 first.
It's going to be
5 Royals dropping on all this stuff. Yeah, it's going to be 4 before 3. Sorry,
But
Chris.
already
Not everybody
beat
beat
4.
Persona 4 Golden like you did. There's a lot of people out here, i.e. me, that are stoked as shit. That
We waited
is
for
happening.
this moment.
Right here starving.
See, my hype for this dropped down the moment I put in my reservation for a Steam Deck.
Oh, well, see, yeah.
Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah.
I'm in the
but it's
Q3
also
bag.
And
Yeah,
also
and-
the fact that Atlas picked portable when, for the love of God, Atlas, it should have been FES and portable in one freaking bundle.
I mean, they could have done
Because
that.
portable
but
doesn't have the
look,
cutscenes, right?
Yeah, portable is basically a dating sim, but Persona.
It's a visual novel for like the story parts is entirely visual novel, like where 4
Everything outside of combat is.
yeah,
like
you
it's all
don't even
menus
walk
and visual.
around the overworld.
No.
Like you
No.
select points on a map. Very Mega Man Battle Network esque.
No.
Which,
Yeah,
Mega Man Battle Network had an open world. You could
Yeah.
run around.
but
You
you
had to, like half the game was traveling
couldn't
from
you
point.
go, like, I think the first one you were, like, hopping from train car to train car to get to, like...
Yeah, you had to literally take public transportation to get to where you needed to go.
Yeah, but there was a
Yeah.
travel system, I want to say in like 6, that was like icons on a map that was how you moved around. Like, yeah, you
That's how,
could walk.
I think
Yeah,
that was
that's
for the
like-
train system. I think that's how they redid the train system in there. You still had to move around a map.
But honestly, that's like Persona 4 Golden, where you, like, you can walk around, but you have to, like, look at your map and then pick where you want to go first. And then you can walk around in a limited area.
Yeah, I mean, 5's like that as well. It's not like 5 is open world.
That's true. It is way bigger.
Yeah, it's more nooks and crannies to
Yeah.
discover around.
Yeah, I really have to decide if I want to play it on PC or have it for the Switch because it's been on Steam for a while.
Honestly,
but it's also coming to Xbox Pass, Game Pass.
Yeah.
so
It is coming to Game Pass.
so I can just simply just play it on PC. But do I want to have the experience do I want to have the experience on the Switch when I'm probably maybe most likely just going to go ahead and get Royal on Switch too? So Royal and Golden on a Switch.
Though I wish they would have dropped them all at the same time because it doesn't look like till next year. Like
it's crazy because Golden has been out on Steam since 2020.
Yeah, it was pre-pandemic when I came over there. It was your birthday. Yeah. So it was it's been a few years that it's been on Steam at this point, and
so that is a little bit mind-boggling that 5 is getting put on everything else, and
5 has recency bias to it.
Well, it kind of makes sense because 5 has the broadest appeal because of how popular 5 is, and so 5 has the highest sales potential, and then 4 is below that, and then 3 is below that.
Well, and also, I mean, but like you put 5 out, and then with like 4 and 5 out at the same time, people who've already played 5, which is, I would assume, has been a lot of people, can now play 4.
I'm going to say most of the people who were asking for 5 on Switch, if I'm being 100.
Yeah.
I mean, Madrid, you platinumed 5 Royal, right?
Yeah, that's my exact point.
There's 2 people in this room that have platinum 5 Royal.
Okay, Chris, do you have but are you going to buy another version of Persona 5 Royal in October when these things come out? Are you going to buy another
version? Debating buying 2 versions.
Yeah, that's really where I'm at.
I mean, honestly, I could definitely I won't buy 5 Royal on Switch until I know how it runs on Switch.
Right.
That game is too smooth for it to not run smooth.
We need a more powerful Switch.
Hey, they said Catherine full body runs just fine. It runs wonderfully. It's the same engine.
Yeah. Catherine has always been their test bed for like, all right, we gonna fuck with some new shit. Let's see how it runs. Because that's what they did with the PS3 generation.
Oh,
they put out Catherine originally on PS3 360.
Wasn't Persona 5 original on PS3 too?
Yeah.
When they first announced it, back with the chair trailer.
I have a copy of that.
Persona 5 Royal is a fucking meaty ass game. That's going to take up hella gigs.
Yeah.
Not necessarily.
You're gonna have to have your own SD card.
I don't think so. I wish I could see how much space it takes up for the PS4 version. And across the board on PS5, if a game, let's say like No Man's Sky, is on PS4, PS5, and Switch, the PS5 and Switch versions are going to clock in at a smaller install size than the PS4 version. So...
That's true.
I mean, I have an SD card, but my SD card at this point is just so full of trash. I want to just go through and delete everything that's not like Pokemon, my JRPGs, and Monster Hunter. Because I'm like,
that's still a lot of space. All those games are meaty.
Well, no, Monster Hunter Rise, I think we looked at is like 14 gigs, and then it's like a 10 gig up. I think it's 24 total with Sunbreak because the patch just dropped last night. And
yeah, this damn near doubling itself. And by the time the final patch is out, where's that going to be at?
I mean, 24 gigs. I mean,
Persona 5 Royal is only 30 gigs.
Yeah, that's not. None of these are.
That's not crazy,
right?
Compared to like, I don't know. I guess COD.
Yeah, COD is just the most egregious example. There are other. Far Cry 6 takes up a shit ton of space on my PS.
I mean, heck, it's smaller than Nier.
Fucking menus.
It's smaller than Nier.
On
50 gigs.
50 gigs.
Oh Jesus!
This is on PS4 Steam.
I don't know.
Jalen, are these PS4 Steam install sizes?
I am double checking.
Mm-hmm. How do y'all think
About that? It's an average for about everything.
Okay.
They're all around 40. I think PS4 specifically is 47.
Yeah, and I mean,
Okay, how do we think Nier's gonna run?
But they all average about 50 gigs.
okay.
Not good. No.
I mean, I want to believe.
It could. If it
Bayonetta-
runs as well as Bayonetta and Astral Chain,
Yeah,
it'll
like
be fine.
Bayonetta
But
ran.
if it runs worse, then we're fucked.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
that's gonna be the worst version of Nier if it runs worse than Bayonetta and Astral Chain. That's the bar. Like, doesn't have to. What's up?
The problem is I feel like Nier is its environment seems a little more graphically challenging.
Yeah, I mean,
It's also way bigger too.
yeah,
Yeah.
even compared to Persona 5 Royal, that I don't have faith is going to run super well. Nier is a really complex. Nier is a lot newer than even Bayonetta 2. Like, I know
I think they should really hone into it and like kind of almost tweak gameplay elements to kind of lean into like what Nier is, and then like with the garbage fire that is the power in the Switch, that could pair together really well. Like when your HUD is under attack and it's like, oh man, like is my game just fucking up because it's a Switch? That's just gonna hit different than it's like, okay, yeah, I'm sure this isn't my TV. It's like, damn, are my Joy-Cons drifting? Oh no. They should lean into that.
It'll be an experience. Is my game breaking, or is it just Yoko Taro?
Because it's not just Nier. It's what edition is this one?
End of Yorha
edition.
End of Yorha. They're
So
gonna fuck with us, dog.
We got the Become as Gods edition when it came to Xbox. Then the PS4 got the Game of the Yorha edition, and then now the Switch is getting the End of Yorha edition. And like Robbie said it in the chat. No, it was Chase that said it in the chat of just getting the physical copy just because of the reversible cover art. And that reversible cover art is heat.
Yeah.
I'm like, I may not day one because I have so many copies of Nier at this point, but if there's a Super Switch, along with the Super Switch, I'm getting Nier and all that shit because there's new costumes. I really need these costumes to come everywhere. Like, you could really drop a PS5 version of Nier Automata, and
I was just gonna ask, what's the name for the PS5 version?
Right.
I don't think there's gonna be a PS5. This is the fuck alone edition.
Taro will do anything
That's
for
what
money.
You think.
If Yoko Taro could sell a shit,
I don't think at this point. But that's the thing about it is I don't think he has anything to do with re-releases.
Yeah.
I mean, he's still in the credits of the game.
Turn down money?
I mean, yeah, but I don't see him actually having anything. And then also, I don't expect an insane. He made the game, and then it's just on different stuff. I don't think out beyond the actual creation of the game, he has anything to do with it.
Yeah, he's on Voice of Cards now. I have a strong feeling we're going to get a third one of those soon. But yeah, so the End of Yorha edition coming to Switch. How are you guys?
Just like mean.
Is
like,
anybody
the End of Yorha edition is just like this is the end of this game coming out on something else.
Yoko Taro's the Ava fan. That's what I'm hearing.
I think this is the end of don't bother me, and then we're gonna get a PS5 version of Replicant, and that's gonna be the rebuild shit.
I need a PS5 bundle of Replicant and Automata, please and thank you. Because there's no reason not to.
Why not?
No, there's a reason why not to. It's called money.
You'd gain way more money by putting those games. That's the reason it's coming to Switch. Mm-hmm. Because you get more money the more platforms it's on. So
yeah, and I'm saying is they would make less money by bundling it.
Yeah, he's saying they're just not going to bundle it.
They're just not going to bundle it.
I just need both those games
2 more times.
That's fine. I
No,
only
it's not.
have
It's
replicant.
100% not fine.
Hey, Chris, the video games, Chris,
I get it. I get it.
We just be buying shit. You know what I'm saying? We trying to play.
Right.
All right.
I mean, it's why people buy both copies of Pokemon every time it fucking drops.
So speaking of getting 2 versions of a game every time it drops.
I thought it was because they didn't have friends.
Oh, you can't trade.
You don't need friends for Mega Man Battle Network collection, Legacy Collection.
Yeah.
Is this collection only on Switch, or is this coming to everything?
It's coming to everything.
It's coming to everything.
Oh, okay. I was worried.
Yeah. I mean, I don't think they've ever dropped one of their Mega Man collections and it only came on one console, right?
Well, they usually,
I think so.
For the original Legacy collections, they dropped like exclusively on like Wii U and 3DS at first, and then came to other things.
I went to the back of the trailer just when they like showed it, like showed all complete 10 games, and at the bottom it says Switch, PS4, Steam.
Oh, so no Xbox?
No Xbox.
Dang, that's actually kind of weird because the way Capcom's been rolling.
Yeah.
Right?
They probably wanted it on Game Pass. Well, not them, but Xbox. And they're like,
yeah, probably.
Yeah.
We're going to sell it.
Yeah, fine for me.
Yeah.
This is another thing that makes me want to get that old Steam Deck so I could sit in my bed playing Mega Man like I used to as a child. Just be like,
right.
Because Mega Man Battle Network was a good game. That was a good game series.
Chris, do you have the list of all the games?
It is Battle Network 1, 2, 3, both 3s blue and white, both 4s blue moon, red sun, both 5s Team Proto Man, Team
Colonel.
Why? There's no R in that freaking word.
Team Colonel was really good.
And then 6, and both version of 6.
Falazar. That's like, I'd probably just get this collection just to play Falazar. Because that's the only one I have any nostalgia for, and it's like the most recent entry. I'd probably just...
Why are there 2 versions?
Because Pokemon.
Yeah. This came out on Game Boy Advance.
Do you like trade and custom?
No, they have like different bosses and shit, but they want you to buy.
They have different bosses, but no, I think you could trade chips though.
Oh yeah,
because it was the chip system. I think you were trading chips. But I think there was some chips that you could only get in whatever version you had.
Actually, can you battle each other? I don't know. I didn't have friends with the Game Boy Advance and a link cable, so
I think Jalen and I might have. I don't know. My memory of Battle Network is super hazy. Like you saying you could trade.
My main Battle Network game was 1.
And yeah, I never had 1. And then the Battle Network I had was 6, or was it 5 or 6 Falazar? Was there a 6?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's the Cyber Beast.
Yeah. Cyber Beast Falazar. I still have that cartridge, so I really could just boot up the GBA and give it a spin.
Mm-hmm.
But
I've actually been thinking about getting a like refurbished, like new skin, like outer case and like LED screen GBA. That would just be slick. That actually plays the games how they're supposed to be played.
I bought a DS Lite to like mod to do like the Game Boy XL mod that they do where they take like the shell and because you take off the top part of the DS and put like a light bar across the hinge and stuff like that. There's some really cool mods that they do with the DS Lite specifically to like make Game Boy Advance players, because you could do it on the top screen or you could do it just on the bottom screen, have the controls right there, backlit, like higher screen resolution than was on the Game Boy Advance. So
Mm-hmm.
I have a lime green DS Lite somewhere over there. I'm probably going to change it for like a black shell, like a matte black. But all that
you can get those clear buttons. Make the get RGB buttons.
get RGB buttons. But yeah, so out of these games, what do you guys think is like your top pick of the Nintendo Direct? Between Persona, Nier, Megaman.
Megaman.
Yeah, just because it's cool. I mean, I feel like we talked about it last week that Mega Man Battle Network was going to be put on this.
I was saying
soon.
I needed it.
Yeah, and then
now I got it.
Right.
Yeah, it's cool.
But also, it's another one that it's not coming until 2023. I would say
Nier.
Nier.
I didn't think they would do it on Switch.
Right.
Nier.
That's some madman shit. Like
that's crazy. I feel like that's insane. I started to accept
Persona. Smash. 2B for Smash.
Honestly, Persona. That's just having like the Persona series on Switch would be cool. I just always felt like I was playing Persona 4 would be a really good handheld. But also, if you got a Steam Deck, it'd be better there.
Yeah.
I did see something. The Pac-Man Repack, which is a remake of an old PlayStation 1 Pac-Man.
Yeah.
I was like,
Pac-Man
I did not.
Attack?
No, Pac-Man World Repack.
Oh.
It is literally a remake
Pac-Man
of like
World.
the Pac-Man World on PlayStation 1. I was like, that's not a game I ever thought was going to get remade.
Yeah, that's nuts.
From what I'm hearing of people that played it, it's not that good.
I was a kid and liked Pac-Man, so I don't have an honest.
I played one of the Pac-Man 3D games.
They had 3 of them.
Yeah, let me see.
Honestly, they made a Mrs. Pac-Man like puzzle maze something that was actually better. In my opinion.
You know, like Namco can't use Miss Pac-Man.
Why?
Because it was like a student project, like that was like a mod for Pac-Man, and they were going to shut them down, but they let them like officially release it as like an arcade thing. But the way it was like worked out, like the rights aren't entirely Namco's, but I don't think the students can do. That's why you don't really see like if you see Miss Pac-Man on like an arcade thing. It's the more expensive. So like Arcade Archives, they release on Switch and I'm guessing Xbox and PlayStation. And it's just like old arcade games. And like Miss Pac-Man is more expensive than Pac-Man. And that like PS4 native collection that I had of like Galaga, Pac-Man, and Dig Dug.
Yeah.
Miss Pac-Man wasn't included in that. And like there was like another version that was more expensive than all 3 of those games to play Miss Pac-Man.
I could have sworn Miss Pac-Man was made because developers back in the day were actually, a lot of them were also females, and that's who made Mrs. Pac-Man after Pac-Man. And then once Nintendo had to try to like,
you mean
sell
Namco?
To. Well, yeah, no, but like once Nintendo came out and was like trying to market to whoever was going to, they were going to market to either boys or girls. They started marketing to boys, and then after the gaming crash, it was kind of like there from that like it was a guy scene from that then on in.
Nope, it's a mod.
What's a mod?
Miss Pac-Man.
Miss Pac-Man.
It's a mod?
Yeah,
it's a Pac-Man mod. Yeah.
There's actual Mrs. Pac-Man cartridges. I don't know if we have the time to delve into this history in silence.
I'm like sitting here. I literally typed into Google Miss Pac-Man Origins, and so
I was like, it's about to get quiet because we're all going to read this real quick.
Right.
It's like, hold on.
Let's just be deep in contemplation over the deep lore of Miss Pac-Man.
But anyway, what I was saying is Pac-Man World. I had one of the Pac-Man Worlds on PC. and I remember playing it. I think it was 2.
Did it suck?
I mean, it wasn't the worst thing in the world. It was mid.
I mean, it's Pac-Man. Like, people were playing Pac-Man at my wedding, so there's that.
Yeah, but that's classic good Pac-Man. 3D Pac-Man, it's like, it's not bad, but it's just kind of... There's really not much to it, and then by the time it came out, it was like 3D platformers were already like...
a thing.
The Pac-Man... No, not just the thing.
It wasn't a good 3D platform.
Would have done so much better if they released that series on N64.
Yeah.
Instead of like original Xbox and PS2.
I'm looking.
Pac-Man World originally came out on PlayStation.
PS1.
I think they have 3 of them, so I don't know if it did that bad or
2 was original Xbox and PS2.
But yeah, I just remember like I don't know, they just tried to do little gimmicky things that just it was way behind all the platforming goodness that was coming out on N64 and PlayStation at the time that it kind of just fell flat. And that's why like the one game that I remember playing back in the day was Mrs. Pac-Man like Maze something, because it just tried to be a 3D. It was just like a 3D Pac-Man game with a cool environment and some kind of mechanics, but it didn't try to be a platformer. It was just like, you're trying to get all these balls and move on to the next area. Pebbles. Pellets.
All right.
That's what your kids call them these days.
So, while we're still on the Switch end of things, Josh, you said you wanted to come on to talk some Fire Emblem. And I feel like Madrid hasn't gotten to stretch his Fire Emblem legs in a minute, so... Nope.
Not Fire Emblem.
Muted.
So specifically, I didn't think I'd like the game at all, to be honest. Like I was just like, yeah. I saw the squares and I thought it was like chess / it was just so different. Like I think at the time I was probably just playing Persona or in the middle of playing Persona. I can't remember when it came out.
Mm-hmm.
But that was the only like real JRPG that I played at the time anyway. So when I saw it, I was like, I don't know about that. But then I got the chance to borrow it. Anton let me borrow it. I was like, he was like, yeah, you got to switch. Go ahead and play this. I was like, all right, I'll check it out. I saw that it was on sale. They've been throwing in the general games chat, in the sale chat. So I'm like, all right, I see that it's out there, because it was one of those games y'all said like, yeah, y'all need to check it out.
It's in my top 5 of Switch game.
Yeah, I mean, it's the only thing that I can play right now, because I don't want to play anything else. Exactly. It's just so. It took a little bit of time to get used to. Like I immediately liked it. Like the storyline was super cool. I was like, all right, this is tight.
Fully voice acted.
Fully voice acted. No, just
no reading.
No reading. It'll read it to you. It's all around a good time. Like it reminded me a lot of Persona, specifically about how detailed it was as far as quality. Like when it comes to like the themes, all the small little details about the actions. It was just so amazing. So by the time I got to like the first battle, at first it was kind of like, okay, what do we need to do? What do I need to do for this? How do I build out the other characters? How do I actually strategize how to go about it? By the time I actually figured it out, I was like, okay, this is very special. Like it's one of those games that I see before we go to sleep. Like I'm just coming up with different strategies. Like
let me check on my students.
Yeah, like it's something very special, especially like the menu, like specifically the menu right before you go to a battle. Like when you switching out your units, making sure your items straight. It's like in the first half of the game though. The first half of the game, like that specific theme. I was like, man, this is absolutely amazing, and it's not streaming anywhere. Like I can look it up on YouTube, but it's not streaming anywhere, and I absolutely need that song. But all in all, like the combat level is just elevated what I thought was possible when it comes to like RPGs. Like I'm just getting used to. Somehow I'm still getting used to the genre, but this one is it just feels special.
So how far in the game are you? Have you beat like one of the paths? Have you made it to the second part? Like what?
I believe I'm on the second part. I'm on like chapter 16. Like we're it's after the time jump, and then we're
the
getting
time
used
skip
to.
is the thing that
We're
be
moving
older and bolder, you know.
Yeah, we're used to moving up on. It's like, all right, we need to strategize. I just met is it Nardell? Nardle? Like literally just that's like the last.
Claude's uncle.
Yeah, like that was like the last major moment that happened.
So you're golden deer on your first playthrough.
Yes.
You just knew off rip that it was going to be Claude.
Yeah, I mean, I already knew I was going to go with yellow.
Okay.
If I'm going to be honest, before I played it, I was like, all right, because I'm always used to a 2-party system. You either red or you blue, but there's a third. Let me see what's up with the others.
Do you think you're gonna, after you beat your first path, do you think you're gonna go on to 3 hopes, or do you think you're gonna do another one of the paths? Because the path, it's not just like a different skin on the same story. Like they're all
it's completely different.
Yeah. So like the 3 paths are 3 completely different like stories and like events.
Actually, one of them branches into 2.
So
I mean, when I saw 3 hopes, I was like, this, like I was deep enough into the Warriors that I knew that I was going to play the next version, like straight up 100%. I was like, I can't wait. I'm not even halfway through the game, and I can't wait to play the next one that's coming out.
Did either of you try the 3 Hopes demo?
I forget.
No, I probably, to be honest, I probably won't, just because I want to complete this one first.
Yeah.
So by the time the next one comes up, I'll probably just straight up play it. Like if any of y'all play the demo, y'all say it's cool. Like I'll probably just play it.
Well, from what I've seen of it, like it seems like it's good, but it's a Musou game. So if you've ever played Dynasty Warriors, any of like Hyrule Warriors, like
so the gameplay isn't the same?
No, not at all. The gameplay, like you got to look it up and you'll see.
Oh yeah, I'll have to just look at it.
Because that's the thing. It seems to be like instead of Byleth, it's a different character that you're playing as. Shaz.
Yeah. So actually, Shaz. So Byleth has time. So Shaz basically has space. So they can teleport to different spaces on the map. Because your party usually splits up and you go like beat the shit out of enemies and enemy generals, and then if you're on Shaz, you can switch over. You can teleport to your your other teammate and help them out. So yeah, Diamond and Pearl.
Check it out. I'll see how it goes. Just because I haven't played any of the games as you mentioned.
Have you seen or played Persona 5 Strikers? Because that's the one most.
Yes.
Okay, it's that kind of gameplay.
That could be cool. I mean, I do like Strikers.
Right. And just remove the Persona elements and just pump in
Fire Emblem elements.
The Fire Emblem elements.
I do like the Fire Emblem elements, but as long as the stories, I think it's 50% the brand new style of RPG, but then also how in depth the interlock stories are. That's what really gets to me. It's just like, okay, this is a full on, like, you're battling. This is super fun. And the battle, the battle systems and the weapons and everything about it is cool. But like the inner like story is also part of like, okay, these are all completely different narratives that are interacting with each other.
And you can play matchmaker.
And I mean, it's just so in depth with what you can do as far as like relationships with multiple characters. Like knowing that persona, maybe like, what is it, like seven different specific
people,
palaces, different people. But with this, is like there's even more in their relationships for when you go even deeper, because it was like the relationships getting intertwined, like that was like more so like the royal, like with the show times, and they get like a scene or two showing that, hey, they actually interact outside of the protagonist. So seeing like full on stories that are growing, like trying to remember like what was the last point of the story that they left off on between all of them. It's pretty great.
Doug, you should check out the demo for Triangle Strategy.
Oh yeah,
since you're already into that vein of game, and then with like the art style and the music for like that from that game specifically, I think you would fuck with that too.
Yeah, check out Project Triangle Strategy. The
Project
demo.
Strategy.
Well, it's just Triangle Strategy. They dropped the project because they did that. It's from the same developers that gave us Octopath Traveler, and that started off called Project Octopath Traveler, and then it became just Octopath Traveler, and this was Project Triangle Strategy, and now it's just Triangle Strategy.
I feel like they're just trying to be cool. The game formerly known as Project Strategy, just Project Strategy. Or just Triangle, whatever they call it. But yeah, it's I've been having a great time. I really just want to like power. I sleep kind of just want to like power through it, because some of I can't even lie. Some of them I just skip the story. Like if it's like Alois and Manuel, it's like I don't really care about y'all. It's like y'all. There's nothing that y'all can. Nah. But like Shamir, like the relationship between Shamir and Alois is actually pretty cool. Touching on like the war, like Alois is he's scared of ghosts because of all the people that he's killed, and like Shamir's like, yeah, I don't really care about any of that. It's like oh no, you gotta get, if you're gonna continue to kill, correct? So you're just gonna have to get that out of your head if it's holding you back.
All right, so who are your favorite characters?
Favorite, it's like there's almost a difference between favorite characters and then my lineup, because I like some of the characters, but I don't necessarily have them in the lineup.
You need that Pegasus Knight. You can't just have all users and axe users.
I think I got everybody on a dragon.
I mean, it's so flexible. You can have a team of your favorites and then have them on the class that you want.
Yeah, I just don't have the backup ones. They just aren't like I played with them for a while, but then they just weren't strong enough. And then I got the teachers and some of the stronger people. It's like eventually what's the point of using Ignats? You know what I'm saying? Like there's not. It's just like there's no.
Ignat's could be a monster, bro.
It's like I got him on. He's an A sword fighter, but I'm not gonna put him above Felix. You know what I'm saying? If I got it, I'm not gonna put him above Catherine.
Yeah, and some characters like Ignatz, they have their best is one type of class, and that's for him. It probably like an archer or maybe a mage.
Yeah, I don't think I've gotten him on mage at all. It would really just. I like that. I actually do like that he's the first character that I had that was dual, where he started off as an archer, but then if he gets close enough, he'll just smack you in the head and cut your head off, which is cool for the time being. And then I got Catherine, and then Catherine was just one shotting everybody just because of how strong they were. I was like, okay, do I really? Ignatz also gets one shotted. or if they have the might, a bigger might, who'll die in one turn. The Catherine just a little bit stronger. So what do I, what I'm saying? It feels like, okay, do you want the sick Victorian boy on your team, even though he got a gun?
Or the Chad muscular woman.
It's like, come on, let's be real.
All right.
But I can't say that I have a favorite, but I do. 100% I need Hilda Field. 100% need. I think it might just be Leone straight up. Like, I don't know if I have any backup characters that I really like, but like Leone, Hilda is nice. Claude is cool.
Hilda is. That's why I kept Ignatz around, actually, because you throw him by Hilda, her fucking simp passive gives dudes the best.
Yeah, it's like Hilda. That's my right hand, to be honest. Hilda's
and she's a fucking tank.
Yeah. Nobody can hit her. Big axe is crazy, but it's like Leone. But Leone is like consistently, just like consistently really reliable. No matter where I put her, she gonna eat. That just is what it is. Like she'll pull up one shot and then she'll play defense in one shot. You know what I'm saying? Like she gets out there and puts in work. But I put a crit ring on Shamir, and that's probably the most incredible character that I've seen as far as like straight up every shot is a crit. Like every shot is a crit. Double crit sometimes. It's crazy. Like if one crit doesn't put you down, she'll crit you again. Like just an absolute monster from a distance. Like an absolute beast from a distance. And that's like character wise, I think that's the first time I've ever had a character that's like a distant nuke slayer. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm used to people being up close, getting up close and just hitting you. But like being able to slay you from a distance is crazy. Claude crept up like that where, you know what I'm saying, you can't hit him, but he'll hit you a couple times each way. So yeah, I think those four folks, I'll probably go to war with just them, to be honest. Like the other ones are cool. Like Catherine is cool. Felix is awesome. Consistently awesome. But I feel like that set right there, I go to war with them straight up. Only them. I would. I don't think I really need anybody else. But against anybody, it's kicking me in the teeth right now. But I still would go. I would still just go to war with just them, 100%. Maybe like a Marianne in the back to heal. You know what I'm saying? But she'll still laser beam your ass. But
no, I'm telling you, Lysithea is busted. She is the strongest golden deer.
I haven't put Lysithea in the field in a while, just because of Marianne and Dorothea. Just how potent they are. But I think I've been working with Lysithea though. Like if I put her on the field, I doubt that she's disappointed. Like she's been connected. Like it doesn't matter. She's always connected to somebody, and she's always building. And she got the pieces that I like. So.
All right. So Josh, since the last time you've been on, you actually got to switch OLED. And
oh yeah, of course.
Right. So what do you think of it now that you've had it for a minute? You've played a few different games on it. What's your lineup looking like? What's your
So I started when I first got it. I knew I wanted a more casual game because what introduced me into the Switch in general was playing Metro Dread. I played that on the Switch Lite, and I was just like, wow, this experience is absolutely incredible. Like even the Switch Lite is like. The Switch Lite is nice. Like let's not. I'm not even gonna joke about this. It's.
Yeah, no.
If I needed a second Switch, and I just had like $220 to blow, then yeah, 100%. I'll just get a Switch Lite. It's super nice. But I wanted one of my own. So it's just like, all right, if I'm going to get one, I might as well get a Switch. And if I'm going to get a Switch, I might as well get a Switch OLED.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I might as well go out and get the super clear screen. And it it was a very nice new console experience. I'll put it that way. Like it was so I immediately gravitated towards it. And the first game that I got for it was Paper Mario.
Okay.
Because I needed to calm down after Metroid Dread because it stressed me the fuck out. Like it was that game was so stressful. So stressful. Like I got through it, but it was so stressful. So like let me play one thing to just relax to. Paper Mario was fun. It was a great it's like an overall great just like casual gaming experience, but something so familiar. It was awesome. And then I think the next game that I got was Monster. It's probably Monster Hunter Rise.
Yeah.
And I finally got used to playing Monster Hunter because I played a little bit on the PS4, but it didn't really hook me on the PS4.
Yeah,
but
PS4 put a lot more barriers to you playing with other people, and like you'd have to go out on your own and find the prince and watch the cutscene. Then we'd be able to join. Where Rise, it doesn't matter. Like you're all hopping in at the same time on the same page, and just like the loading's faster. Rise takes out a lot of the roadblocks of that world put in place to like keep you from hunting.
They put
with
you
your friends.
this close to the monster, you know.
Yeah,
none of that fluff in between.
I mean, it's really like the gameplay that stuck with me because for some reason, like sometimes it's like the experience of playing on this PS4, it didn't click for me, but the experience of having it in my hand, right there in my face, slaying monsters, I was like, well, this is. It felt like it actually felt right. Like even when I put Monster Hunter on the TV, it still doesn't feel the same as it is when it's in my hand. So having it in my hand was like the right context for me to play that game. Like if it was in any other context, I probably wouldn't be playing. But since it's like right there, the screen. It's like the screen
with the OLED. I know that
yeah, because this size just like the pure size of the screen is perfect. It was just perfect. So like it put me into the game where it was like I felt like a firsthand experience. Like it's it's third person, but while I'm playing, it felt like I'm actually like because I started off with the Switch axe. So when I was battling the monsters, it kind of felt, I felt it more, when I was swinging. So I was like, okay, this is fun.
Yeah.
So, switching. It's probably the most involved game that I played so far, as far as how many different controls there are for different elements of it. Like when you're using the bug wires, are you trying to get elevation with the bug wires and then bringing it down on somebody? Healing. All the different things that you're able to do that you have to be aware how to do in the moment.
I feel like it's more fast paced than World 2 with like a lot of those aspects, like you said, like using the wire techniques and shit. And then now with the switch skills coming, you're able to like legit switch your look. Oh,
yeah.
I've done a little bit of that.
Sunbreak now.
Yeah, Sunbreak drops tomorrow, and the hype is real. Like the embargoes went up, and it's sitting
I won't be on
like
that shit till Friday.
87 on Metacritic. Like I am super stoked because it has an end game, unlike Rise. Like Rise didn't really have an end game, and they're like, oh no, there's actually an end game.
We got memes coming in. And into a means.
I'm ready. Like, just the monsters they've announced that are going to be there. Because I have a feeling, just judging by World, and then Iceborne, and then Rise, and now Sunbreak, off the pre-release, there's probably going to be a handful of monsters that we don't know are back or are like all. I doubt we're going to get any all new monsters. Except for like the final boss, but I'm excited. I'm really stoked because I got the collector's edition coming in. I'm hoping that the copy of the game is like a digital code with the cartridge for the base game, so I could just use the download code with my digital copy.
I was just to ask how that works.
I don't know how it works, so we're gonna see when.
Yeah, you let me know, and then I'll make my decision.
I mean, if you can get the collector's edition, that's the thing.
Yeah, actually, I'll probably just download it.
Yeah,
because I have it digitally now. So.
Oh yeah, so yeah, if you got Rise digitally, like unless you really want the amiibo, which I want the Malzinos amiibo, but I'm also going to do the thing that I did last time and just get everybody the armor by letting them use the amiibo. Because I couldn't get the Palico and Palamute again, I was like, this is too much. Like the amiibo grind, I'm getting too old for this shit. So I got my Malzinos coming in, and I'm going to definitely let everybody get that layered armor. But I'll probably go on Amazon and get the amiibo cards again and just put them with all the other amiibo cards that I have for Monster Hunter. But yeah, Sunbreak, the hype is real. I'm like less than 24 hours away from having the game in my hand, playing it. Like, I did pretty much all the preparation I wanted to do to go into Master Rank. So the only thing I didn't do, I didn't beat Malzinos in the demo, but the demo, like, the last time we had a Monster Hunter
I just need
demo,
like 2 more minutes.
I inadvertently spent 30 hours hunting Magnamalo in that. And I was like, I'm not doing that again with Malzinos. But yeah, so one thing that happened this week, and I guess, Josh, we got to put you on now that it's free to play on everything. Fall Guys went free to play, came out on Xbox, came out on Switch, got a PS5 version. Just across the board is completely free to play, uses Epic Games friends list. So, like, if you friended anybody with Fortnite, Rocket League, anything like that, it's the same like profile that you're going to be using to play Fall Guys.
I still don't understand Fall Guys. Like I honestly, it was like when people are referencing it, it was just like this is kind of annoying. So it was like I don't know if I want to learn this. But if it's free to play,
yeah,
you should go download it, give it a spin, give it a whirl.
Like, why is everybody saying sus?
Wait, who's saying Fall Guys sucks?
No, I said sus.
Oh, that's Among Us. Yeah.
Oh, that's Among Us. Oh, yeah, different game. Oh,
I mean, Among Us is free to play on your phone.
Fall Guys, yeah, the one that looks like
Jelly Beans.
Yeah, like a Japanese game show, but it's okay, that one. Yeah, that one looks fun. Yeah, I gotta confuse. Like it's all amorphous shapes running around. It's like I can't tell the difference. But yeah, Fall Guys.
It did kind of piss me off though. Like I downloaded the PS4 version by mistake, deleted it when I went to go play it. I was like, all right, let me download the PS5 version. And then when was it, on Sunday? We sat down to play Fall Guys.
And they were having server problems with the PS5 version specifically.
You can't send invites. You can't send and receive invites.
So what we had to do is all of us on our PS5s go back and download the PS4 version and play. But now the PS5 version is working. I was able to hop on with Radic and play the other day. So
yeah, I was yet to try it to see if I noticed a difference. But it was definitely fun playing again. Like literally my first game back, we won. I was like,
so for an update for the podcast listeners, like we thought I was shadow banned or like something. My account was basically disabled in Fall Guys. Some point between when we stopped playing consistently and when Mediatonic got bought by Epic and like the game was going like in the process of going free to play. It was the Rupees 100th episode. I tried to hop on with them, and I tried to hop on a couple other times in between, and like I just couldn't get into I just couldn't play Fall Guys on my PlayStation. No matter what I did, I tried PS4 version. They had like 2 different PS4 clients, so I tried both of those. It just wasn't working, and so I even looked up like what I could do about it, and so like it was saying unlink and relink your PlayStation account, and I tried that and it didn't work, and so eventually the other day after it went free to play, I was like, because I downloaded it on my Switch, it logged in with the same Epic account and everything and worked on my Switch, and I was like, okay, so I got to see what's up with it with my account on PlayStation. So I reached out to Epic Game Support, like did a live chat thing. It was actually super helpful and didn't take long. So it seemed like they had to unlink it from their end. So they unlinked my PlayStation account. They had me go back in and relink it, and then I booted it up and it worked no problem. I did lose all my cosmetics, which sucked. But it would have been way worse if I just had the ones that came in like the DLC packs. And while those aren't around anymore, it wasn't anything like serious. It's not like I had the 2B costume. That would have been the one cosmetic that's in that game that I would have been legit mad.
Mm-hmm. Is there still a way to get that?
Yeah, it'll rotate into the shop. Apparently, like, you just gotta watch the shop or like follow a Twitter account that keeps up to date with it. Because they rotate stuff like that back. And they might add it to the Battle Pass because now that they kind of rebooted the game when they went free to play. Like this Battle Pass has like Altair and like Mecha Godzilla and some like really cool costumes. So
that's really dope.
Yeah. I mean, they did a bunch of really dope ones. Like they had a recolor of the Gato Roboto one just in the shop. So they did like Sonic. They did do an Among Us crossover in Fall Guys, but Among Us just gets crossovers with everything. It's in like Knockout City. It's in. It's Among Us is in too many games, but you know, it's in Fortnite. I actually have the back bling of an Among Us little astronaut that I can put on my Fortnite character's back.
He was like, yeah, we knew we tried to take your steez and it didn't really work out. So back bling?
Well, I mean, they got, and I'm surprised Epic didn't buy. What is Innersloth, the Among Us developer? I feel like it's Innersloth. The fact that it's not a Stardew Valley thing and Chris didn't immediately call me, I feel like I'm right. Because I was like, that's either a Stardew thing or an Among Us thing. It's one of the two. And it's Chucklefish that's Stardew. Right, Chris?
Concerned Ape.
Concerned Ape?
Chucklefish is the publisher.
Okay. So, yeah. Josh, I'd say check it out on your Switch. It's also available on PC through the Epic Game Store for free. There's a few different ways to play it. So,
actually, don't check it out on your Switch.
Don't
play it on either play it on PC or your PlayStation.
Yeah,
I figured it'd be more of a PC game for me personally.
Honestly, PC or PlayStation, it was fun on PlayStation.
As long as you don't play it on your Switch.
Yeah.
I will heed that warning.
Okay.
Just imagine it runs like not the best.
So speaking of multiplayer games that didn't run the best on Switch, the Spellbreak developer was bought by Blizzard today to work on World of Warcraft.
Wow.
Work on WoW.
Ew. Wow. I am disgusted.
And so they're
I am frankly disgusted. RIP. And here's another developer that was doing fine on its own, bought by Blizzard Activision and put in the gulag.
Yeah, I mean, it seems like, when was the last time you heard of somebody actually playing Sunbreak, though? This seems like...
Spellbreak.
Huh? Oh,
Sunbreak.
Look,
the second time. The first time I didn't quite catch it, but then I processed it this time. But yeah, I mean, Spellbreak, while people may have fallen off on it, for what Spellbreak was, it really did do some cool shit in that space. Like, as far as, like, the magic coinciding with the magic, like, amplifying your techniques with your secondary weapon or like the teamwork elements that you can do. It's like, okay, there's ice right there. If I throw fire, boom, there's a lift, and this person can use that to. Like Spellbreak did a lot of really cool shit, and just seeing it go out like that, it kind of sucks. But I would want them to do something else. But having them go waste away working on WoW, it kind of sucks. It kind of sucks. Like Spellbreak was awesome.
It depends on what they do with WoW.
No, I see. Here's the problem. Because WoW's saving grace, if WoW's going to get saved, it has to be from its Dragonflight expansion.
Yeah.
And the problem with that is that expansion is somehow still coming out this year.
Well, that was something they specifically noted that the team's going to be working on is stuff for the Dragonflight expansion. Because they do it like 14 where it's patches, so they might be doing...
Yes, they do, but here's where the problem comes down is the problem with it is the fact that the quality of those patches for the past 3 expansions at minimum, the quality of the expansions have been kind of shit. Just as simple as that. And normally we would be in at least an alpha test. If it we're 6 months, we're like 6 months from release. Normally we'd have at least an alpha by now, but we haven't heard nothing.
Except that stolen Heaven's Ward trailer.
I'm going. As much as I love making that joke, even that's not.
Yeah, well,
there's
context
a chance
is completely different, but
it's just funny,
right? It's just funny. It's just like it's. I don't know. I feel like this expansion is being rushed because they're trying to really get people back on the up and up because Classic is almost over.
Wait.
Yeah, Classic WoW is almost over because let's be 100 here. No one really cares about because Wrath of the Lich King was the end of the golden age of WoW. Yeah. Once we get into Cataclysm, it's like Cataclysm was all right, but it's like no one actually cares like that.
Nobody wants to redo Cataclysm.
Yeah. and then not just that, but then also like don't want to redo anything past Cataclysm except for Legion. Legion was tight. Took a minute to get started, but Legion was tight.
Okay. Mm-hmm. So sticking on the dragon theme, breaking news, since we've been recording, the first part of the Stranger of Paradise Season Pass was announced.
What?
It's called Trials of the Dragon King, Stranger of Paradise, Final Fantasy Origin, and it has an image of Bahamut.
What?
And the party looking up at Bahamut, looking like they just said bullshit.
I bet Jack's gonna kill it. Yeah, Jack, he's a shit.
Okay, so they actually announced all 3 parts of the season pass. So it's Trials of the Dragon King, which is coming out July 20th, Wanderer of the Rift, and then Different Future.
That's gonna be the crossover. That's gonna be the tie-in to Final Fantasy VII.
That'd be cool. I more so see it being like Forspoken or something, like maybe them promoting Babylon's Fall, you know? It could be.
That's probably going to be the second. They got to keep those games of the same ilk, you know.
At least people played Stranger of Paradise. Nobody played
Stranger of Paradise is, for what it is, that game
it's sold. Fun. That's the thing. For what it is, it's sold. Like
that's because that game is fine. That game is fine.
Yeah,
that is a fine game.
Yeah, that game's a lot. Like I'm saying this right now, we are in a new era of the B movie video game. Like, we're starting to get video games that are like B movies, and it's lit.
I wouldn't need. I'd probably put Stranger.
I mean, like the genre of it, like what we think of a B movie, not in terms of like production quality. I mean, like the campiness, the just outright like
bullshit,
even that
chaos.
Yeah, I mean, like the I mean, like what we. I mean, like the actual like qualities of a B movie, not just like the whole, you know, made by a smaller studio with no budget.
Mm-hmm.
It's really just that one fucking level where the brightness will fucking blind your eyes.
Right, blind you, and then I got turned around so many times that we just eventually had to abandon the mission because we were all tired and blind.
Yeah. And the level design. That's not where their game shines.
But the combat.
It's the combat and the character interactions because fuck it, they're just funny.
And so I'm guessing it looks like so they have a screenshot of Jack and his party, like with no helmets on. But then they have a party that looks like the original Warrior of Light's party from Final Fantasy 1 in like the screenshots for this. So
yeah.
It's gonna be interesting. Like I want to beat this game, and then I think I'm gonna hold off on playing more of it. I'm gonna do more Final Fantasy VII Remake, and I'm gonna hold off on Stranger of Paradise until the Final Fantasy 1 through 6 pixel remasters are on PlayStation. Because the amount of people that finished Stranger of Paradise and then hopped straight into Final Fantasy 1 on Steam. It was apparently this game recontextualizes Final Fantasy 1 like a whole different light. So, Wander of the Rift is probably Gilgamesh. That's interesting. All right. Does anybody have one more thing before we wrap?
I played Warrior of Light a little bit.
Spoilers. Shit.
I don't care.
Right.
Cult of the Lamb is good. I played the demo the other day. It's good. I'm gonna love that game when it comes out.
Mm-hmm.
I'm already playing Dragon Quest XI. I might have to just buy it for the Switch on the second playthrough.
What are you playing it on right now?
I'm currently playing it on PC.
Nice.
Okay. Are you playing the definitive edition?
Yes.
Echoes of an Elusive Age S?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So you get so the 2D parts used to be exclusive to the 3DS version, which never came out in North America. And then, but we got the PS4 version that didn't have any of that content. And then when they re-released that game, like, it took a couple iterations to get, like, the 2D pixel art stuff that's in that in the West. So
nice.
Yeah, I mean, I think I started off as one because I just wanted to see what it looked like, and then I went back to the other one. I actually had to just complete because I did something weird with the saves, so I ended up having to like restart like the first like 2 missions on like the 3D version. But when I the second time I started it, I was like, all right, I'm just gonna finish this one. But they do different parts where there's like a complete section where you go into 2D pixel land, and do a couple missions, and you play it in that style, which is super cool. So even if you're playing it on 3D, there was a chance to still within that same playthrough go into 2D and play that, and just to have that experience. If you decide to do 3D, you get to have both. I don't know. I guess I don't know if you go to 2D, then within that specific part of the game, you get to switch into 3D, which I think will be cool. Like just be able to switch places completely when it comes to those playthroughs. But Yeah, 3D is nice. I really enjoy the character design.
That Akira Toriyama art.
Yeah, it's so good. Plus the themes, like the town theme. Oh my god, it's absolutely insane.
Dragon Quest is like the foundation for it all. If there weren't Dragon Quest, there wouldn't be Persona.
Yeah, I like it to the point. Like I like the way the tambourine is mixed. It's kind of stuff. I was like, damn, that tambourine is kind of crispy. I was like, yeah, this is the soundtrack is so wonderfully mixed. Like it's a great, like it's great melodies and stuff like that. I was like, yo, the mix up on this is absolutely insane. It's all around a good time. But it like Fire Emblem, it definitely is taking over my life. But as soon maybe I got it. Like if I set it down for long enough, I'll go back to Dragon Quest XI just to get through a little bit more of that story. But I think I'm there.
That game just keeps going. Dragon Quest XI is one of those games that, like, one of the podcasts I listened to, one of the guy, he's like, his New Year's resolution was to beat a JRPG every month. And he was, like, knocking them out. Like, he was going back and playing, like, some old stuff. And Dragon Quest XI broke him. Dragon Quest XI just keeps going and going and going and going.
And that's why I haven't played it. Because I feel the exact same way about that as Persona 5. I'm like,
played in chunks.
I do not have it in me to finish this.
What? Man, I had to. I play all of these games, but I cannot explain the addiction Persona 5 had me in when I first played it. Like I literally was waking up earlier. Like I set my alarm 30 minutes earlier just so that I can play the game. I don't think I've ever done that with anything.
I should have been in therapy.
Nothing else in my life.
Persona 5.
Like I've never done that. Waking up just to play 30 minutes in the morning and then come back and play it for the rest of my day. I've never done that before.
I think Persona has the perfect blend of time that you spend as a dating sim and the time you spend as a JRPG, that you get like this kind of refreshing, like, all right, I've played enough of this JRPG. I'm going to leave this dungeon for this day. And then you go into your like quality of life dating sim and you're like, oh, I've done enough of that. I'm going to go into this dungeon, and it's kind of rinse and repeat. And you're like, it's kind of this new feel that you're never getting overwhelmed by one aspect of the game, that you can just always come out and just do something else. It just keeps you refreshed. So you just like, I mean, that's why I play. Like,
even break that up into sessions. You can like, all right, today I just feel like fucking around with my homies,
right?
And that's it. You just spend the day doing the dating aspects, and after that, I'm like, all right, I'm sleepy. Let me actually go to bed. You know how many times I fell asleep in mementos? I'm waking up because I'm hearing, and it's like, man, fuck. Do I feel like fighting a Reaper? Fuck it.
That was actually a satisfying fight after you won.
Mm-hmm. I still haven't. I don't think I've even seen them in Persona 5 Royal.
Really?
I've fought them only once. Playing Persona 5, I fought them once. I was like, I don't know if I want to do this ever again.
I don't know,
but
it's a tough fight. But like,
it is a very
in third semester, you're equipped to handle the Reaper. And there's also there's a.
I think they changed it in Royal.
Only does almighty attacks.
Yeah, I think they changed it in Royal to where like even if it's raining, he's not like hindered. I think in base,
you can't cheese it with the despair cheese.
Yeah.
Persona.
Yeah, we can go an extra hour on that.
Honestly, I could talk about how Persona's the best JRPG in my opinion.
It changed my life.
October, this one I'm gonna actually do the Persona podcast series when it comes out again, because I'm gonna play it again and get gameplay footage.
Okay.
All right.
Let me know.
Well,
I'm here to talk about 4, 5, and eventually 3.
You can look forward to that and everything else Cheesy Controller Podcast. And you can follow us around the internet, cheesycontrollerpodcast.com. Follow me on Twitter at Anton6 Chris.
You can follow me at Chef and Chris.
Jalen.
Squid Bishop.
Madrid.
E. Lioness.
All right, this has been a Know It's Good production. The audio version is edited by Iknowjones, and the video version is edited by Lana Twisted Mind. Until next time, keep it cheesy.